So dudes, the Siege Invitational is back upon us after having been pushed back due to the nature of the infamous coronavirus. It seemed obvious as far as a year ago that at our current pace, the Siege Invitational wasn't going to be held in Montreal this year, at least not with widespread public attendance. The North American League found ways to carry on. Gamers gamed in their gamer houses, fighting over the lines of internet spread across Las Vegas. But before we talk about these teams, I want to thank Ubisoft for sponsoring this video, and I just want to know, are you hype? Are you hip? For the Siege Superb Owl, the Siege Olympics, the Siege World Cup, the Rainbow Six Siege Invitational is back. From May 11th to May 23rd, live in Paris. Check it out on Twitch. And be sure to check out the Twitter account at R6 Esports NA for more information on my favorite and probably your favorite region, the NAL. Check out the link in the description to watch the competition unfold, and don't forget to check out some bundles and team items in the game shop to support your favorite orgs. 30% of the net revenue will be given to the respective teams. But there's something about a LAN event that causes the environment to make you feel much more involved in the moment. Rivalries among individual teams and individual leagues seem to become less important when two teams from two different regions battle for the title of Siege Champion. Those rooting against teams in their region suddenly find themselves rooting for the team that just beat their team, because their team is on this continent, and the other team is on this other continent. You know, no one's ever said, I really hope the NFC gets the Super Bowl this year. No one's ever said that. These are the teams competing at Siege Invitational, representing the top half of the Western Hemisphere of the planet.
Space. I'm gonna go to space. Space. Yes, please, space.
Spacestation Gaming is obviously famous for their winning of the Invitational last year. However, the situation is different now. That game against the Brazilian hopefuls NIP ended in February of 2020. That was well over a year ago on Bank, a map that hasn't been in the competitive pool for just about as long. The utility meta has been curbed to a point where it's not as powerful as it used to be, giving ways for more flexible, aggressive gunners to fight head-to-head with slower-playing defenses. Captain Canada Troy Canadian Jaroslawski himself, IGL for the World Champions, retired on March of 2021. But under one condition, he will help defend SSG's title at Invite this year for one last ride. Obviously, in the regular season, Canadian leaving is removing a vital piece to the team's success in the future. But, at least for now, the expectations for SSG are pretty high. SSG still hosts some of the most experienced talent in NAL. Dylan Bosco, the 25-year-old, dispels the myth to Zoomers across the world that you automatically become washed after being able to legally buy alcohol in the US, as he finished the US Finals in January of 2021 with the highest kills, objectives, survivals, and trades rating among his peers. He shares experience going back to 2018 with the new IGL in Canadians' place, the big-haired flank watch warden Javier Thinking Nade Escamilla, as well as another member of the original Spacestation Gaming squad, Nathaniel Rampy Duval. The young gunner Fultz has been there since 2019. Former analyst Luke has filled in Canadian's spot over the course of the NAL matches for SSG recently, and deserves street cred for adjusting to such an extenuating circumstance and making it work in such a small amount of time, especially with 11 plants in Stage 1 of the North American League this spring. He will not be playing at Invite this year, though, due to his passport expiring. As previously stated, Canadian will be playing one more time for Spacestation Gaming. Can SSG prove that experience is the best teacher, or will some younger cats come to steal their lunch?
Excuse me, I would like to inquire as to the playing time of the Rainbow Six Siege professional player Bolo.
A team ubiquitous with esports in general, it's under no surprise that most people feel like TSM is in the driver's seat after ensuring that the hungry DarkZero did not get much of a fighting chance in the January finals with a 3-1 map victory over them. It's not surprising that TSM is considered by many to have a high chance of just straight up winning Siege Invitational 2021, period. With certified gunner Braden Chala Davenport putting up an electric performance in the US finals. Hailing from Mexico, Emilio Geometrix Cuevas plants. TSM's IGL, Matthew Achieved Solomon, has been lighting people up with a respectable overall player rating, the highest among his teammates. Brian Merck Wierzek makes his presence known alongside the superstar Bolo, with flashy and impressive fragging abilities. TSM can make the fight for the Invitational crown very interesting and stay a potent threat to anybody who opposes them. DarkZero had a tough and humbling experience fighting TSM in the US Finals months ago, but are still proving themselves to be decent competition in Stage 1. After dropping the famous support player Matthew Hot and Cold Stevens for former Disrupt player NJR, DarkZero are trying to make a case for themselves among some teams that are tired of being lower in the standings. Especially Tyler Eclipse McMullen.
My name's Eclipse and I beat my team.
With a very good player rating at the moment, finding himself in the top 3. Kyle Mint Lander has been on DarkZero's roster for the longest, the only player on the team hailing back to 2018, ever since Hot and Cold's departure. Its other team members include the Grecian Paul Hyper Kanapaga. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Alexander, Skies, Magor, and of course NJR himself. They are trying to prove to many that they are a team capable of competing on LAN, but have run into some competition that they may not have expected with relatively new teams to the scene like Xset. A team that on paper should be a decent bet for Invitational 2021. They have gotten close by combining the experience with the likes of Mint, with young talent, with the likes of NJR. But only time will tell if DarkZero can beat what's bugging them and give them a shot at the grand finals.
Welcome to the HEV Mark IV Protective System.
A younger and ambitious team that is tired of getting their rising star extinguished, Oxygen did considerably better than most people probably anticipated in NAL Stage 1 and sat at the top of the leaderboards, with a roster comprised mostly of former players of Team Reciprocity, an org that left NAL long ago due to problems coinciding with the K-Kona virus. Oxygen may surprise some folks this year at Invite. Franklin Vertical Cordero maintained the highest cost rating during Stage 1 at 75%. And Kino was towards the top of Stage 1 in terms of player rating. The Canadian David Foxe Bucci led his team in plants at 6. Another former Reciprocity player alongside Vertical, and Gabriel Laxing Morales, who made some interesting plays on Zero this time around. The most recent talent for Oxygen to acquire is Evan Yaga Nelson, who was added as recently as February of 2021, after Slashug and Bio were released. It would make for an interesting underdog story during the Invitational if Oxygen made their presence known on the world stage, scrapping with the veteran squads of TSM, DarkZero, and Spacestation. To see these teams and many more go toe-to-toe in the arena, remember that the Invitational is running all the way from May 11th to May 23rd in the French capital of Paris, so you won't be amiss for some great esports content this month. Check out the link in the description to watch, and if you want to swag out your operators with some digital merch from your favorite teams, you can in the in-game store, and again, you can support your favorite teams too, as 30% of the revenue goes to them. Thanks again to Ubisoft for sponsoring this video. I'll catch you all in Twitch chat. Probably. For more Siege esports breakdowns like this, subscribe to the Gregor Gaming Experience, give the video a like, and let me know in the comments if you enjoyed it. Until next time, deuces.